bush veld, about to be eaten by lions.
We're at World's View.
We're at the big tree.
It's huge. Cheers, Teddy.
Bye, Dad.
Hey guys, it's Sunday morning. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's reasonably cold, and the reason we're up so early is that we're about to embark on an adventure. We are heading to Zimbabwe. Not a small trip. We are doing a 2-day drive. We're breaking the journey up into 2 parts, and we can't wait to take you with us. Gone through the border between the Western Cape and the Northern Cape. The Western Cape is currently having a drought. The Northern Cape apparently is not, because as we entered the border, it started to rain.
Good morning guys, we have just had an awesome half night of sleep. We arrived here in Bulawayo at about 12:30 this morning. It's now 5:30, so we've had roughly 5 hours of sleep. We all passed out so hard, we were so tired, as you can imagine. We have repacked the car, we are about to get on the road. We're hoping to hit the border at about 8:30 because the trucks and the buses come through at about 10 and then everything becomes chaos apparently. So we're hoping to skip that altogether, and we haven't been through Bridge border in a few years, so we're not quite sure on the situation, but we will see when we get there. We're crossing into Zimbabwe!
Border crossing 101. So I just experienced my first border crossing.
In Africa?
In Africa, as Thalia says. And it was hot, dirty, full of lots of people. And you know how Thalia and I love people. And queues and zero organization. It can take a long time. It took us 3 hours.
So it is 38 degrees Celsius and we are about 2 hours from Bulawayo, and we decided to stop and get something to drink because it is swelteringly hot. And so we have stopped at a place called Todd's. If you're driving from the Bridge border side, it is on the right hand side of the road, and it's awesome for quite a few reasons, but one of the big ones being that they have a really big giraffe on the property.
Cheers, Toddy.
Bye,
thoughts on Zimbabwe roads?
This isn't bad, but I mean, this road hasn't been done for a while. There is some work, but
They need
what it's
work.
like in the town.
What she
This
said.
isn't too bad, actually.
Did she think I was talking to her?
I think so.
Sorry.
So we have made it to Antelope Park. It's about 3 kilometers from Gweru, about 2 hours from Bulawayo. So we've just taken a drive out here. It's a bit of an overcast day, 27 degrees, and it looks beautiful. We can't wait to explore.
Where do you think we are?
How can we come back this?
Is it possible that we are lost?
I'm gonna go with a firm and solid yes. Probably in the bushveld, about to be eaten by lions, which is a very real possibility. That's the look on a man's face.
I
That
think you
says,
took the wrong turn.
I think so.
At that fork.
At that fork, you should have taken that turn.
They should have gone left. So we've taken a different route. We're not sure that it's the right route. And at this point you may be wondering, where is our map? Well, we don't have one. We're going on African instinct here.
that may be a mistake.
How's it working so far?
Well, we're still lost. Still,
But we're on a road,
to somewhere.
and all roads lead to
Somewhere.
somewhere.
20 minutes later.
So quick update, we're still lost. The road we were going on is not the right way.
When you're not
Oh
supposed to.
gosh. We have finally made it.
So we're cruising across this little bridge, and we're heading across to go and do our first animal encounter, which is going to be with some baby lions. So come along.
This isn't the baby lion, but it's pretty cute. We've been told the big five could be lurking around any corner or any tree.
I am man alone. Please notice that there are no other men that are brave enough to face these kittens.
There's 2 males and 1 female there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this part of your release program?
Yes, it is. Okay.
the ears,
It is.
they're cooler.
It is. This is the beginning of the release program.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
This is literally stage 1. All right. So
Sure.
when cubs are born, we take them away and then we start.
So
raising
these are
them
4
up.
months old?
Yes,
And
we have-
how big do they grow before you release them?
We only want to start releasing them when they are about 2.5 years. Okay. All right. So that's Lumba.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's Lupane. And that's Luana.
We are about to go and experience the elephant encounter. The guide has just arrived and we are on our way. Elephants at 9 o'clock.
Nothing like an elephant to make you feel really small.
Surrounded by elephants.
This is what Toto was talking about when they said they bless the rains down in Africa. As you can no doubt see, we are back in the car and we have finished our 2-night stay at Antelope Park, which has been absolutely amazing. We're going to finish off this section of the vlog with something from the wild side. Thalia and I didn't do the lion walk, but Maureen did, and we're going to insert that footage now.
Today we are at the National Railways of Zimbabwe Museum. Really keen to see this. John has a huge fascination with railways, as lots of you will know, and my grandfather actually used to work on the railways, so this will be a bit of a throwback for me.
And on the other side is the famous Giraffe engine that was built in 1929, and it did 1.6 million miles.
Wow, that's huge.
It's amazing. Some of our diesels did 2 million.
That's
Especially the DE2s, you know, that was how you tell the different diesels that came into the
2 million
country.
miles.
2 million miles.
Come on, we're leaving. Get in. Get in.
It's so amazing to see how these old trains were made. Solid wood, everything was thought of. Ventilation, seating, eating, and the quality that these trains have maintained is just unparalleled based on today's standards.
I have no idea what this does.
Just keep spinning.
So Jason's decided he's going to get this going again. It's a V16 engine, and he says like it's quite an easy job. Overnight probably he'll get it going.
So the DE3 engine, like this located behind me, could average 1.7 million miles before being scrapped. That's some good mileage.
So if you have a skew railway line, this is what you'd use to straighten it. So it's all become very festive here. They're busy having a wedding. What a novel place to have a wedding. We are at the Victoria Falls National Park. Woohoo!
Those are not the Victoria Falls.
So we are going on our first excursion here in Victoria Falls. We're going on a sunset cruise. It's a booze cruise or a drinks cruise, and we're going to take you along with us.
So behind me over here is Zimbabwe, and behind me over here is Zambia. So John, if you're planning on making a dash for it, this is your time, this is your moment. So let me take the guys and you can go.
Monkey nuts. And the mangoes. So I can highly recommend a trip down the Zambezi on Christmas Eve. It's just been an amazing evening, beautiful sunset. We saw some hippos, a crocodile who was a bit scarce, but it was just an amazing evening.
It is Christmas morning and we are starting out our day with a tram ride over the Victoria Falls Bridge. We're really keen because we can actually see the spray from the falls all the way from town. So this should be a really cool experience.
Really looking forward to it. We're heading across now onto the Zambian side, so we've stopped very briefly for them to just check our passports. Just another country I will have visited.
We are walking to the knife's edge.
For the adventurous, they have bungee jumping somewhere over here, and we're not going to do that.
somehow I married that man. Or monkey. Monkey man? Man monkey? Mankey? John. See if you can spot John's relative somewhere over here in the background.
So there's a very intrepid adventurer who's about to jump off the bridge, and he was sitting over here for quite a while. In fact, before we even went on our walk, he was sitting here, and to say he looked nervous is probably the biggest understatement. He looked petrified.
Tree.
It's huge.
It's huge. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. That's a long way down. 110 meters if I'm not mistaken. Today we are at Matopos Game Reserve. We're going to go up to Rhodes' grave and the world's view, and hopefully we will see some wildlife that John can return to nature with.
Did you see me pulling faces?
So we are hunting for wildebeest, and I think we found the herd. Here they're running. There's one there. Don't know if he's going to charge me, so I'm not going to go any further forward. We are in the Matopos National Park. We're at World's View, which is just absolutely spectacular and breathtaking. It's a 360-degree view around the whole area, but this is where Cecil John Rhodes was laid to rest.
So this area actually holds a particular significance for me, because this area right over here was where my grandmother and grandfather's ashes were scattered by my mom and her siblings a couple of years ago. Isn't it just the most beautiful resting place you could ever imagine?
Our time in Zimbabwe has come to an end. We are going to be hitting the road very, very shortly, and we'll be on our way back to Johannesburg. We've got to get through that border control, which is going to be interesting yet again. It took us 3 hours to get in. It'll probably take us about the same amount of time getting out unless we're very lucky. So that's the worst of it. And then after that, it's just the driving. We're going to drive through to Johannesburg. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and we look forward to seeing you at the next travel video.